Hello, I'm Sophie Scott. Welcome to Health Watch. The cochlear implant is helping more people switch on and tune in. Australia's scientific success story has already helped change the lives of the profoundly deaf. Now those with partial hearing are starting to benefit from the evolving technology. Judy Burgess began going deaf in her 40s. She had some remaining hearing and relied on hearing aids.
I was unable to hear high-pitched noises, basically. I couldn't hear music. I couldn't hear the birds sing.
New technology means that patients like Judy Burgess can now get a cochlear implant.
The feedback we get from the patients is that it makes a dramatic difference to their ability to function, their ability to hear, and particularly the difficult listening situation, which is where there's background noise or where they're trying to understand conversation.
The device is a hybrid, combining acoustic hearing through a hearing aid and electric stimulation through the cochlear implant.
What the hybrid development does is to open the door for people who have significantly more residual hearing to benefit from a cochlear implant without the risk of losing their residual hearing.
So far, around 50 Australian patients have received the new device, but doctors believe many more could benefit.
Well, it means that they'll be able to get the full range of speech sounds. What's normally missing with someone with severe deafness and a hearing aid is high-frequency information, which is really important for being able to tell one word from another.
The new implant has just won a major Australian research award and given back quality of life to patients like Judy Burgess.
Certainly with a lot of background noise, it's still a little difficult at times, but I still can manage to hear.
If you ask people what's the biggest killer of women in Australia, many of them would probably say breast cancer. But in fact, it's heart disease, not breast cancer, that claims the most lives. It's an illness usually associated with men, but a new report has found it kills around 30 women every day. Even when she was being loaded into an ambulance, Julene Kavanagh didn't believe she was having a heart attack.
The ambulance driver told me I was having a heart attack and I went, no, I can't be. I didn't believe it. By the time they got me into the hospital and the cardiologist said to me, "We are trying to save your life," I guess I had to believe then that I was in fact having a heart attack.
A new report from the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare has put paid to the myth that heart disease mainly affects older men.
In 2006, for example, 24,000 women died from cardiovascular disease. And so I think that's a great concern.
If it's a message to young women and old women, heart disease is just not something of fathers and uncles and grandfathers. It's something that affects women too.
The study found that women are less likely to have investigations or get treatments for heart disease.
It does show at this stage that women were less likely to actually have angioplasty or for stents or to go on for bypass surgery.
1 in 3 deaths of Australian women was due to cardiovascular disease. Many were in their 50s, 60s and 70s. Heart experts are concerned that those same risk factors are already showing up in young women. And Australian doctors have developed a new cocktail of drugs to help patients with advanced bowel cancer who are too sick to have chemotherapy. They've found adding a drug called Avastin can stop the tumours spreading. That's all for Health Watch. See you next week.